What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my sports picks video NFL edition. It is Saturday night, September the 19th. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and each and every time I put out a video. This is for NFL Week 2. Games kicking off September the 20th, Sunday. The second big Sunday of the NFL season. So excited. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. We are growing each and every day here on the YouTube channel. We're growing over on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, everywhere. On the website, JVilleSportsPicks.com. We're growing everywhere. So very excited. We are growing in numbers each and every day. For those of you that are new to the channel, what I like to do with the NFL, I like to do something a little bit different with each sport. The NFL is my favorite sport to do teasers with, so I like to do what's called a long shot teaser. We had our first attempt last week, which I'll quickly recap, and then we will have our second attempt this week. Very confident, although I'm pretty confident each and every week. So it's really nothing new. So we'll see if we can hit it this week. We missed it by one last week, which, like I said, we'll quickly recap. But then, of course, I'll have a straight bet towards the end of the video. One of my favorite straight bets of the day for Sunday. And that will wrap up our NFL video. So hopefully you guys had an awesome college football Saturday. Hope you guys killed it out there. We did have one NBA playoff game. We had the Celtics. Hope you guys were on the Celtics as well. We had one NHL game. Hopefully you guys were on the Dallas Stars. We were on the Dallas Stars. So that's what we're doing over in the village. We have plays in all sports. We went 2-1 in the MLB, college football, NBA, NHL, all sports each and every day. WNBA when there's action. So we're doing it in all sports, and the NFL is no different. We are off to an 8-2 start in the NFL season, 80%. You have to love it. It's only been 1 week. We are off to a 1-0 start for week 2. We had the Cleveland Browns in the first half on Thursday that came through. We're off to a good start for week 2. Let's continue that tomorrow on Sunday, or if you're watching this tomorrow on Sunday, it is today. But let's go ahead and quickly recap what we did last week with our long shot teaser, and then we'll go ahead and go into this week's long shot teaser and wrap up this video. Don't want to make it too long, so I'm just gonna quick hit these games and get you guys going. So let me find it here really quick. So we had the Baltimore Ravens -1.5. That was an easy winner at home against the Cleveland Browns. We had the Buffalo Bills, another easy winner at home. Our only loss, the Atlanta Falcons at home. Matt Ryan had a Hail Mary at the end of the game, which could have gotten us the cover, but that Atlanta defense was just terrible. Russell Wilson was just running all over the field. They couldn't stop him. They couldn't stop any of the receivers. They couldn't stop anything at all. I'm waiting for Atlanta to fire their coach. It's been a long time coming. I don't know how this guy still has a job, but it is completely ridiculous. He's a defensive coach, and this defense has been bad ever since he has come to the team. So I don't know what the deal is there, but I believe the owner said if they don't make the playoffs this year, he's out. So they're off to an 0-1 start. They have a tough game on the road against the Cowboys, which I actually think they have a pretty good shot. Cowboys are dealing with a ton of injuries to some key players. So we'll see what Atlanta can do. We know they can score, but we'll see if they can stop anybody. But anyways, that was our only loss of the day. We had a bunch of winners, a bunch of underdogs. We had the Washington football team. Wasn't looking good early. They were getting smashed early, but they ended up pulling it off. That was actually our free play of the day last week, Washington +6. So hopefully we hit our free play again. But yeah, +12, they covered that one easily after they regrouped themselves at halftime. We had the Packers +8 against the Vikings. They smashed the Vikings. Vikings looked bad. Arizona Cardinals, another outright winner we had. They were +14 with the teaser. They actually won the game outright. The Rams, they were underdogs as well. They won outright, had them +8. The Giants, that one was looking a little hairy as well. They ended up losing by 10. So we got the cover there. So like I said, a very good first attempt. But we don't want good attempts. We want to hit these bad boys. It was only week 1. I plan on hitting this thing at least 5 times this year. We'll see if I can reach that goal starting with this week. So we'll turn that page. We hit, how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we hit 7 out of 8. And like I said before, like I said last week, I don't necessarily recommend you guys throw in a long shot teaser. It's just a fun way for me to give you guys a bunch of teaser plays that I'm looking at. I obviously throw it in myself. But if you guys were to do smaller teasers, I'm pretty sure you probably would have left Atlanta off and created some other good teasers out there and hit them. And that's what we did over on the Village. If you're a part of the Village, I gave out some smaller teasers as well. But yeah, so that was week 1. We'll go ahead and move on to week 2. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let me find it here. All right, and we're going to be starting off with the Philadelphia Eagles +7. So the Rams were off to an early, they were favorites early in the week, and the line quickly flipped. Like I mentioned last week with the Eagles, when I took Washington, the reason why I took Washington, because the Eagles were dealing with so many injuries. They're getting some key pieces back, namely Lane Johnson. When this guy plays for the Eagles, they have a great record. They're also getting Miles Sanders back, their stud running back. So they're getting some pieces back for this team, which is definitely going to help them, give them a boost. They still don't have very many offensive weapons wide receiver wise, but the same guys who played last week are going to be playing again this week. So they should be a little bit better. They have 2 stud tight ends. We know Ertz and Goddard. So I think we get some better play all around defensively and offensively from the Philadelphia Eagles. I love taking teams that are 0-1, going up against teams that are 1-0, especially when they're at home like the Eagles are. So I like the Eagles here. The Rams, they had a nice win. We had the Rams last week against the Cowboys, but they really didn't look that great. Neither did the Cowboys. I'm not a huge fan of Jared Goff, especially on the road. I think we have a desperate team here in the Eagles, not wanting to go 0-2 to start the season. So I like the Eagles here. We have some points here, so they don't even have to win. We got them +7, so I like the Eagles here at home. Next, we are going to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady and company. They are going to be without Godwin, but I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. Tampa Bay just has so many offensive weapons. It's just going to be up to Tom Brady to get his act together, to just figure out what he wants to do with this offense, how he wants to run it, and go from there. But there's so many offensive weapons for him to work with. Like I said, it's just about getting some reps in. You just can't expect this team to be guns blazing right off the bat. It's going to take him some time. The Carolina Panthers, who they are facing, kind of in a similar situation. They are off to an 0-1 start as well. They bring in a new quarterback as well, Teddy Bridgewater. They also have a new head coach. So the Carolina Panthers are also dealing with a lot of new pieces, a lot of changes. But I like Tampa Bay here. I think this is the better team. I like the coach in Bruce Arians. I think between him and Brady, they're definitely going to right the ship sooner rather than later. And I think they can win this game by at least a field goal. Carolina Panthers, defensive-wise, I think they can be exploited here. So I like Tampa Bay at home here to win this game by a field goal. Next, we're going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers at home against the Denver Broncos. Not like what I saw from Denver. Cortland Sutton, probably their top wide receiver. He's questionable, did not play last week. We'll see if he can give it a go. Philip Lindsay, their backup running back, is out, so more of a heavy load on Gordon, and we'll see who spells him. But Pittsburgh Steelers, this defense is really, really good. This is one of the top defenses. They're really good in the secondary. It's just going to be up to Ben Roethlisberger. He got his first game under his belt. He got the W. Played much better in the second half than the first half. I just think the Steelers team at home is not going to lose to Denver, especially with that defense. And as Ben Roethlisberger starts to get back into rhythm, I like what I saw from him. He has a running game to lean on. I like the Steelers here to win this game at home. Next, we are going with a couple totals here. We're going with a couple overs. And I'm going with the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins. So I like what I saw from Buffalo. I like what this team is doing offensively. They have a great running game. They got some good running backs, and Josh Allen is running the ball well as well. They also bring in Stephon Diggs to also help with the offense. So definitely the Buffalo Bills can put up some points. They do have a great defense here, but Miami, we got Fitzpatrick here going up against his former team. You know he's going to give maximum effort here, and I think Miami can definitely put some points on the board. Devontae Parker is questionable. He's one of their best receivers. We'll see if he can go. Obviously, if he does, it'll be much better. Jordan Howard's probable running back. So I think the Dolphins here can score some points, and I definitely love Buffalo to score a bunch of points as well. It's only 34.5, so I think combined they can definitely go over that. Next, we have another over in the Lions and Packers. The Lions always play the Packers well. I think the Lions can score some points. I don't love the fact that Galladay is out for a second straight week. But the Lions did put up 23 points against the Chicago Bears, who have a better defense than the Packers. Packers can definitely be scored on. And I love what I saw from the Packers last week offensively. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's hitting the ground running. He had 4 touchdowns, over 360 yards. He looked like his old self. So I think he's definitely going to have a good season this year. He definitely wants to prove some naysayers wrong. So I like the Packers here to keep up the offensive momentum. And like I said, I definitely think the Lions can put up some points as well. They always seem to give Green Bay a good game and score a bunch of points against Green Bay. So I like this game to go over the total of 42.5. Next, we're going to go back to some more sides. We're going with the Arizona Cardinals at home against the Redskins. We have 2 1-0 teams here. Like I said, the Redskins were impressive in the second half of the game last week against the Eagles. The Cardinals didn't really look that crisp, but they do get a nice W on the road against the San Francisco 49ers. They always play the 49ers tough, a division game. But I think the Cardinals improve here offensively. DeAndre Hopkins was a complete monster against the 49ers, and I think he's going to be a monster each and every week. They have a bunch of other offensive weapons. They still have Fitzgerald and Christian Kirk, and they have a couple good running backs as well. This team is loaded offensively. Defensively, they have a lot of pieces as well. I think they can definitely disrupt what Washington wants to do offensively. I'm still not a believer in Haskins at quarterback for Washington. So we'll see what we get here. We have 2 agile quarterbacks for each team, but I think the Cardinals at home will find a way to get the job done. I think all around they have a better team. We'll see if Kyler Murray can avoid the big sacks here, because what Washington can do is bring the pressure. So we'll see how Arizona handles that. And if they can handle that pressure, I look for them to have a big game against Washington. Next, we are going with Kansas City Chiefs. I don't really need to say much about this team. This is the best team in the NFL by far. The Chargers do get a win last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. Was not pretty. Bengals kind of got robbed at the end of that game. I think the Bengals should have won that game, but anyways, the Chargers won 16-13, so they did not look good. Tyrod Taylor, he's not a starting quarterback. So this is just a complete mismatch. Chiefs are going to score. They can score against anybody. Can the Chargers keep up with that scoring? I don't think so. So I'm going with the Chiefs -3. Next, we are going, last but not least, we're going with the Monday night game. I always like to throw in the Monday night game. The reason being, if all the other plays come through, we have a couple options. We can either just let it ride. We can put some money on the Saints. We can wait until halftime, see how the game is trending, put a halftime bet in on either the Raiders or the Saints. But either way, I like Oakland here. This is the first game at home in Las Vegas. The Saints did not look great against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Drew Brees did not look crisp. And on top of that, they're going to be without Michael Thomas, who has a high ankle sprain. So that is going to really limit this New Orleans passing game. They're going to rely heavily on the running game between Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. Obviously, Kamara is great at catching the ball out of the outfield as well. He can line up at wide receiver if he needs to. But I just think Oakland here will get the. I just think Oakland here, the first game in their new building, is going to be extra motivated here. And with the big injury for the New Orleans Saints, I like Oakland here to keep this game close. We have points here, plus 12.5. I actually think the Raiders have a good chance to win this game outright. Like I said, New Orleans did not look great. The Raiders can definitely put up some points. So we'll see which defense steps up here and plays the better game. Obviously, turnovers will be big, but I like Oakland Raiders here. And like I said, if everything else comes in, we can throw some money on the Saints just in case. And maybe we hit both. So We have some options, but first thing is first, we'll see if all the other ones come through. I really like all of these. I think we can hit this one. We'll see what happens. If you want to throw this in with me, go ahead. This is my actual betting ticket, so you guys can see I actually threw this in myself. I do recommend throwing in a smaller teaser, a 2 or 3 team teaser. Pick out your favorites and do a smaller one. Most likely it will come through. Other than that, that is the long shot teaser. So we'll go ahead and move on to today's free play of the day for Sunday. But before I do want to mention my website, JVilleSportsPicks.com. If you aren't receiving my daily newsletter each and every day, this is the website. This is how to get there, JVilleSportsPicks.com. Check out the different links at the top of the page. I have some good things in there. Check out the promotions tab. If you're looking for some free money, check out what I have on there. But most importantly, in the upper right hand corner, click on the big blue button. It will take you to a page which will list all the different packages that I have available. I make them all super cheap. I'm about building your bankroll, not taking from it. But on top of that, I do have a promo code running for this year to welcome back football, both college and the NFL. Football is back 25, all one word, all capital letters. That will give you 25% off the already super low prices that I have. Choose which package suits you the best and go from there. All I would say is try me out for 30 days, see how you like it. Like I said, I'm giving out winners in the MLB, NBA, WNBA, NHL, college football, the NFL. My favorite sport is right around the corner, college basketball. They just announced that they will be coming back November. So stay tuned for that. That is my favorite sport. The NBA, we're closing in on the playoffs being over, but the NBA is just going to restart in a couple months right after that. So the NBA will be right back. So now's the perfect time to join. We have sports all up and down everywhere each and every day. So like I said, try me out for 30 days, see how you like it. If you don't, you can move on. If you do, which I think you will, then of course you can stay on and you can win with us. And on top of that, the Village Guarantee, when you try me out for 30 days, if I have a losing record during those 30 days, guess what? I will refund you back your money, or you can have another month free. So there is a no risk obligation to try me out for 30 days. I love doing that. So go to JVilleSportsPicks.com, click on that big blue button in the upper right hand corner to join, and you will start receiving my plays each and every day via email. Very simple. That's the website. That's how to get there. That is the promo code for 25% off. If you have any questions about anything, my email address, chat@jvillesportspicks.com. All my social media pages, like I said, we are growing on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. All of those social media pages are right down below in the description of this video, along with my website. You can just click on it from there. While you're down there, give this video a thumbs up. It helps support the channel. I really do appreciate it. So that is enough of that good stuff. Let's go ahead and move on to today's free play of the day. It's going to be with one of the games that I did mention in the long shot teaser. Can you guess which one it is? If you chose the Philadelphia Eagles, you are correct. I do love the Eagles here. Depending on where you bet, the line could be Eagles +1, could be Eagles -1. I think at this point, most places have Eagles either as a straight pick or a -1 favorite. Like I said, the line flipped. Early on, it was the Rams favored, which I mean, the Rams were just at home against the Cowboys and they were underdogs. So for them to be favored on the road against the Eagles didn't really make a whole lot of sense, even though the Rams did win that game and the Eagles lost to Washington. I think that was kind of an overreaction line to favor the Rams against the Eagles. And I think that is why the line has flipped. And I'm going with that money movement in the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. I already mentioned why. Lane Johnson, I don't know what it is about this guy, but when he plays, they win. It is crazy. They also get their stud running back in Miles Sanders back. Javon Hargrave is back. Brandon Graham is back. They get 4 guys back off the injury report, so I think that's going to give them a big boost. In addition, they're at home. That should also give them a big boost. In addition, they lost last week. That should give them another big boost. They don't want to go 0-2. The Rams did pull off in The Rams did pull off a victory last week in Sunday Night Football. Now they have to travel to Philadelphia. Not a huge deal, but it is a West Coast team traveling to the East Coast, playing an early game. We all know about that narrative. So there are a lot of factors here why I like the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm going with them as today's free play of the day. The Philadelphia Eagles, I got them at -1, -115. That is going to be today's free play of the day. Let's go ahead and root on the Philadelphia Eagles to crush the LA Rams. And let's also root on our long shot teaser. Let's hit this bad boy. We barely missed it by one last week. Let's go ahead and hit it this week and have a monster Sunday as we head into a new week full of action again. We do have one NBA game. We have the Nuggets and Lakers game 2. We also have 2 WNBA games. Yes, the WNBA game is out there. If you guys are sleeping on the WNBA, there is money to be had. If you don't care about the WNBA or you don't want to follow WNBA, that's why you have guys like me around who watch the WNBA and will give you WNBA winners. We have 2 playoff games going on Sunday. Over in the NHL world, we have no games on Sunday, but we do have a game coming back on Monday. And like always, we have a full slate in the MLB each and every day. So a lot of sports out there. Don't forget about the U.S. Open. We'll see if Matthew Wolff can hold on to his lead. It is a crazy tournament. Only a couple guys are under par. You gotta love tournaments like these. It's great watching tournaments that are super hard, and it's a struggle for these professionals to shoot under par. So we'll see who comes out on top to win that tournament. And that's going to wrap it up for me. So thank you guys so much again for joining me. I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I will see you guys very soon with another video in another sport. Good luck with whatever plays you guys do decide to put in, and stay safe out there. Good luck.